Hello, my name is Bjorn and this is Carissa. We're here at Three Bridges Yoga in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And today we're going to talk about the step back sun salute and how we use the step back salute in our classes. And so we use that first, the step back versus the traditional sun A or sun B, as a way to better prepare the students for further on in the class. And we think it's a great way to warm the class and also to address some of the postural habits that we have here in 2014. We spend a lot of our days sitting and driving and eating. So with the step back, it allows us to further open the front side of the body. So Carissa will start in mountain pose, and we'll take the first round slow. We usually give students some time to feel out the poses, and then we'll do it one breath per movement. So we'll start in mountain pose at the front of the mat. On the inhale, sweep your arms up high. And on the exhale, dive forward to your forward fold. Knees can be soft here. Inhale to your half lift, lengthen. And then step your right foot to the back of the mat. So we'll pause here in low lunge. And so the lunges are the great way to warm up that front side of the body. So you're still working mountain pose. Legs are strong, pressing the feet into the mat, and then finding length through your spine there. Now, one drawback of lunges, which you have to be careful with, is when if you're over flexible, you can really grind and sink into your hips. So you want to be careful there. You also want to be mindful of the low back, keeping it nice and level so that the sacrum doesn't get jolted in your step backs. So you send your heart forward, inhale, and then back to your downward facing dog, exhale. And so we go back to downward facing dog rather than to plank pose. In the beginning class, it's a nice way to warm up the shoulders. And you can even do some movements back and forth between plank and down dog as a further way to warm those shoulders up. The inhale is out to your high plank. The exhale is through your half push-up, elbows in tight, nothing touches the mat. Shift the hips forward, come to the tops of the feet, gaze forward, heart lifts, roll over the toes, back downward facing dog. The inhale, you take your right leg high, so we go back first, and then exhale a big step forward. That allows you to get a little momentum, as newer students often have trouble getting the foot up to the thumb. And it takes a little while, it took me like 2 years, but I got there eventually. And so now you find your low lunge other side. Notice if you step back on the right and come forward with the right, you keep things symmetrical. Legs are strong, heart forward inhale, and then left to meet right forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up high to standing. And then exhale into your mountain pose. So we usually do it slow to start to kind of work out the kinks a little bit. As a teacher, it's also a great way to evaluate your class, to see how well they know their foundational poses. And then you can judge how far to take them from there. Now we'll do it one breath per movement. And doing this one breath per movement really creates some unification of the class. And it also creates your tempo or pace as a teacher. A great way to set the tone of how you're going to move through this class. So one breath per movement. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale to dive it forward. Half lift on the in-breath, send your heart long. And then left foot steps back on the exhale. One breath here, heart forward, be long and strong. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhaling out to your high plank, keeping your legs strong and core strong. Exhale, half push up, don't let those hips dip. Inhale to your forward facing dog, heart lifts, legs strong. Roll over your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, a big step forward to your left thumb. Lengthen and strengthen here. And then right to meet left forward fold at the front of the mat. On your inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. And then hands into your heart center. And that's our traditional step back sun salutation here at Three Bridges Yoga. From this point, we now move on to either the traditional jumping back through plank and push-up, or you can work step backs in different variations to build your class. Thanks for watching. Namaste.